Hello everyone, it's Lighthouse Angel. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me here on your Monday. Let's get your week started off on a positive, high vibrational energy, setting you smooth sailing, right, for the rest of the week here. I went ahead and already got the overall energy for the reading for today. I'm going to pull a couple of clarifiers and get some messages from the compass box. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. On this channel, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life, giving you the tools and information that you need to grow and expand and come in alignment with the best version of yourself, and always, always keeping the divine number one. Okay? So let's get started. So the first card that came out was the Penguin Spirit, and it's authentic. It says, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations and just be yourself. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read all the cards and then I'll get into the meaning. And then I was called to this other deck, and these are the cards that came out. I didn't pick these cards. We have the Temple Path, and it's number 12. That number could be significant, or number 3. Okay. And then we have resources. Make the most of what you have and use it wisely. Wealth grows over time. Okay. So, really what I'm getting here is that I feel like you're embracing your authentic self here. Maybe you're deciding to get on a spiritual path here. I'm hearing joining a spiritual path, or maybe you got off the path and you're getting back on, per se. Maybe you got distracted from the path, right? But now you're stepping into your authenticity, which is putting you back into this path of being in align with the divine here. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So take what resonates, leave the rest behind, okay? Don't make it fit. Resources. So you could be receiving resources to support some kind of path that you're doing here. I'm getting that as well. And then we got this I'm also hearing somebody's joining you on this path that may be providing resources. So take that how that resonates, okay? It says, and this is a scripture that came out. It says, what then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. Okay. I'm getting that God is really supporting your path here. I feel like I'm really getting this, somebody wants to join you on this path or support you on this path, or like your authenticity is revealing itself, revealing the truth, right? Being yourself. Okay. And then I Googled more I researched more about this scripture because I just want to get more depth on it. And this is what I found. It says, if God, who is all powerful, is in support of you, then no external force or hardship can defeat you. Okay. So, maybe you're feeling like there's outside sources that are trying to deter you from this path, or I'm hearing derail you from this path, right? But nothing can stop, right? No weapon formed against you shall prosper, right? So nothing's going to stop what God already has destined for you, what's meant for you, right? You may have people who are upset or don't agree or have evil eye or have something to say about it, right? But nothing can defeat what God has planned for you here, okay? So find peace and relax that everything's going to be provided for you. That's what I'm hearing. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to a couple more cards to clarify this. We have, to be fair, number 38. And this is number 11. So the number 11 is a divine number. And to be fair is justice. It's all about the scales balancing in your life here. Okay? And I feel like what's these resources, maybe somebody wanting to join you on this path, right? Everything is going to balance the scales here. I'm hearing like it's going to balance your good karma here. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Yang, 1. I feel like because you're the one here, this person could see you as the one that's fated here, destined here. And I just feel like justice was served. So there could have been, a court situation, right, where I'm hearing the divine one. That's what I just heard, the divine one here. And that might be these resources here. So, and then someone wants to join you on this path. That's what I'm getting. Let's see. Because I'm just hearing nobody can stop what God has planned for you. Right? Because God is supporting your path here. He's supporting your authenticity here. I feel like there's a person or opportunity that wants to support this, right? Bringing in justice here. And that justice might be resources to support maybe your spiritual path, or this person wants to join you on this path or wants to hear your ideas. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Let's get one more. Yeah, the answers you need are coming. So you may not be aware of this yet, that justice was served here. And I said this was a divine number, and I said this is divine justice here. Right? At the bottom of the deck, we have conclusions are within reach. This is full moon in Gemini here. This could be answers coming about a Gemini as well. Doesn't have to be, but, take it how it resonates. Right? Okay. So I'm going to get some messages from the compass box and see if we can get more clarify. But keep walking in your truth, right? Being yourself, breaking free from other people's expectations, right? Embracing your uniqueness here. I'm hearing stand out. It's like that's what makes you stand out. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. I just heard your justice is coming. So if you've been waiting for a fair outcome to a situation, it's coming here. Okay? When you focus on being a blessing, God makes sure that you are always blessed in abundance. When you focus on being a blessing, God makes sure you're always blessed with abundance. Yeah, this is all about being a blessing. You could be on a spiritual path of authenticity, right? Where you're being a blessing for others. right? And now the divine is ready to bless you. This is that justice, divine justice I'm hearing. Maybe it's not always about trying to fix something broken. Maybe it's about starting over and creating something better. Okay, so maybe you're getting justice over something that was broken, or I'm hearing maybe it's something that broke you, right? Or, maybe the situation broke you, or something broke, right? And maybe you're not interested in fixing it or repairing it, or you don't see it being repaired. This could be what you got justice in here. And now maybe you're interested in a new path here, right? Creating something better. I'm hearing with creativity, it could be a business, a passion, an idea, right? Which is more in aligned with being this blessing. I'm hearing being this authentic divine blessing. It's more in aligned with your creativity and starting over and embarking on something new here. And you're going to be provided the resources to do so. Okay. Turn dreams into reality. Okay, so this could be something you dreamed about wanting to do here. And, take it as it resonates. It could be a person or it could be an opportunity, okay? A person could have got justice for you. A group could have got justice for you, but this is really divine justice here, okay? This person coming into your life could be divine justice here. This is God giving you everything that you deserve and balancing the scales here. Not for you, but for both. I'm hearing for both individuals. Okay, and this might have been your dream. Now it's becoming a reality here. Because I'm hearing you've always been a blessing for others. And that's why this divine justice is coming in. Temperance. Yeah, this is earth angel energy to me. Temperance is also balance, okay? Bringing balance to the situation, but we're talking about a blessing here, right? And I'm really getting that you've been a blessing to others, right? And now it's time that you get blessed here, right? This is what's going to balance the scales here. But this is I'm getting earth angel energy, that you are a blessing, an angel in other people's lives, and you have been in the past. It says, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind always. Okay, this also could be healing as well. Okay, so maybe you were healing through something. You were healing through a battle that nobody knew anything about here. And that's what this justice is. Okay, take that how that resonates with. Yeah, but we never to judge others, right? Because we never know what someone else is fighting, what someone else is dealing with, right? It says standing up for yourself doesn't make you argumentative. Sharing your feelings doesn't make you oversensitive. And saying no doesn't make you uncaring or selfish. If someone won't respect your feelings, needs, and boundaries, the problem isn't you, it's them. Okay. This might have been something either you're currently dealing with or you had to heal from the past here. I'm also getting that you're someone right now that requires respect. This could be a life lesson that you learned about self-love and self-respect in the past. And now you're in this energy of that people need to have a higher respect for you when it comes to your feelings, needs, and boundaries, right? And if not, then they're not allowed in, I'm hearing. And they may be judging you as someone who's being selfish or oversensitive or argumentative, right? Because you're standing in your truth here that you require respect, right? Just know that you're worthy and deserving of it. And if they're having issues with your boundaries, that's because they're the ones that benefited when you didn't have any. Okay? So make sure you stand tall in the boundaries, because you don't want to be fighting any more battles, right? You're done fighting the battles here with people that don't never had your best interest anyway, right? They benefited off you not having boundaries. Your focus determines your reality. Yeah, you're focused on your dreams here. And again, we have dreams. We have reality twice here. So your dreams are coming into reality because of your determination and focus is what I'm getting. Okay? I just heard you're getting what you wish for. We have judgment. Okay. I feel like, so judgment could be divine judgment, okay, which is this divine justice here, right? But what I'm also getting is that you could have gone through a spiritual awakening, right, leading to your authenticity. Maybe somebody wants to join you on this path, provide you these resources, right, because they've gone through their own awakening here, or I'm hearing awakening to the truth. That's what I'm hearing. Awakening to the truth here. Let's see. As long as you look for someone else to validate who you are by seeking their approval, you are setting yourself up for disaster. You have to be whole and complete in yourself. No one can give you that. You have to know who you are. What others say is irrelevant. Yeah. Being true to who you are, right? Not seeking validation from anyone or anything. Knowing that God has forgiven you, forgiven you of the mistakes of your past, right? That if this is a new journey to you, right? You need to seek that forgiveness so that the divine can start your healing journey here, right? We're all in different timelines, but for those of you that have already done that, right? And now God's getting ready to bless you here. You've learned the new definition of self-love, self-worth, knowing your value, right? No longer needing to seek it from others or approval from others, because you already have God's approval. He sees you as a masterpiece, and He is the most powerful, right? He's the one that brings you that level of peace and tranquility and love that no material possession, no earthly human being can provide you, right? And once He has revealed to you your true worth and your true value, you no longer have this need or this, I'm hearing itch, like this chronic itch or need to seek validation from others, right? You already know you're whole and complete all by yourself, walking with Him, right? And what everybody else has to say about it is irrelevant, right? Because God sees you as this masterpiece, right? And sometimes, people are not ready to see the truth or to understand the truth, right? They rather believe in a false narrative. So what what other people say is irrelevant, right? Keep those boundaries, right? Because your peace, your time, your energy, they all are non-negotiable, right? And people need to show up and respect what you have to offer. And if they have an issue with that, they have an issue with your boundaries, then the issue is with them, right? It's because you've grown, evolved, and you're no longer going to entertain toxic behavior, toxic energies, right? And so you put up these boundaries, but if you're getting feedback or people having issues with that, it's because you've grown and evolved past the level of where you were entertaining them at, which is why they have issues, because as long as you didn't have boundaries and respect yourself, they loved that version of you, right? But now you've grown. So the issue isn't with you, it's with them. It says, the more we tune into our feelings, the more we become capable of raising our vibration. If we think of our mind as a radio that is sending and receiving frequencies, we have a clear idea of how thought patterns work. A lower vibration will capture lower vibrational thoughts, negativity, judgment, criticism. Okay, I'm also getting with judgment here. You may have been judged in a situation and justice was served. While a being who is vibrating in a higher state will begin to grasp thoughts that are more loving. In our essence, we are all one, and the greater our frequency, this truth becomes something we are not only known, but something we actually experience. A being who is resonating on a higher state is much less likely to inflict pain on another because intuitively they know that what is done to the other is ultimately done to self, which is why compassion and love become their natural state. Yeah, this is the difference of understanding low vibration versus high vibration, okay? Being on that higher state, on that vibration of love, right? Being on that higher frequency. You understand, when you're in that love energy, you understand how inflicting pain on another intuitively it's an energy exchange, which means whatever energy or pain you put on someone else is going to come back on you. Maybe not from that person, but from another situation, right? Which is why we have to have compassion and love as a natural state here, okay? So if somebody needed clarifying on trying to understand frequencies and vibrations, I hope that helped. But another way of looking at it is, you can't see it. It's like a radio station. It's a radio wave. It's like like Wi-Fi. You can't see it, but you know it's there. It's the same situation here. It's sending and receiving frequencies. It's an energy exchange, okay? Don't quit. Okay. There's something that you've been pursuing here that the divine doesn't want you to quit on here. Okay? It could be your spiritual path. It could be something you thought was broken, because we talked about maybe it's not always about trying to fix something broken. All right? But creating something better. So maybe the divine's saying don't quit on this. Something, a better idea is coming to light here. Okay? that's going to allow you to turn your dreams into reality. Maybe you had a dream about something. The divine says, I don't want you to quit. Okay? You know, and as we're in this, when you're in a lower vibration, thoughts of negativity, judgment, criticism, right? All of the things that the divine says, I just heard 10 commandments. So those are all, you know, what the divine says not to do, right? Those are all lower vibrations. So as you embark in that lower vibration, right, it's pulling you away from the divine. You know, if you want that clear communication, that divine clarity, walking with him, you're not going to get it on this lower vibration. You have to climb the mountain and change your thought patterns and get to that higher vibration so you can hear the messages, what he speaks to you, so you can understand your purpose, your calling, right? Because also when you're on this lower vibration, you're operating out of your shadow side, which is the energies of fear, worry, doubt, ego, right? Control, codependency, right? Everything that needs to be healed within you, okay? All right? And it's the difference between the dark and the light, right? When you're in the light, you're in the higher frequency. When you're in the dark, you're in the lower frequency, okay? And God's blessings, authenticity, truth and light, all of it is in the light here, okay? So if you're somebody who has a negative mindset or a negative thought pattern, or you find yourself judging others or criticizing others or devaluing others, okay? You need to make a choice to change your thought patterns, okay? Because the energy you're sending out, it's going to come back to you, okay? So you want to make sure you're putting out the energy of love, right? If you want love, you've got to put out love. You can't, you know, they say you can't have a rich, you know, a rich or abundant life on a poor mindset, right? If you want love in your life, you have to be aligned with the energy of love, right? But if you have a negative mindset, you're not going to attract love. You're going to attract more negative people. And then it just becomes this cycle, right? So break that chain, break that cycle. Okay? Know that divine justice has come in with you, or come in for you. This could be a person, opportunity, but resources are coming in here. So don't quit, okay? Keep moving forward. And I'm hearing, keep looking up, okay? And whoever was judging you here, right? Let the divine deal with that situation, okay? Stay in alignment with this, keeping balance in your high vibration of earth angel energy, of the light, right? Being a blessing for others, okay? Because God is supporting your path here, okay? That's oh, actually, I want to close this up. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Hold on, let me get an angel number and a mantra. Number 2. Okay, so this could be a partnership here coming in for you. It says, you have great talent for finding solution. Your intuitive and unbiased nature allow you to see all sides of any situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. Yeah. This could be a partnership on a temple path or a spiritual path together here, or they want to support your path here. All right. I feel like this partnership is bringing justice to the situation here. The divine is balancing these scales for you. okay? And maybe you've been waiting a long time for this, right? Being that blessing for others, okay? Keep those boundaries. This is a time when this comes in that you want to keep those boundaries, right? Because I hear you're going up, okay? And when you're going up, you know, it's going to upset people that you now have boundaries, right? So keep holding on to those boundaries. I am in the flow with universal wisdom. Yeah. This partnership may be supporting what you're trying to do, your spiritual path, your wisdom. They could be in the flow of where the divine is leading them as well. I'm also getting that. Okay, and let's get I am ready for the love I deserve. I was just told to look at the bottom of the deck. It says, I am ready for the love I deserve. This could be a partnership and love as well. I feel like this person may be opening their mind and seeing things in a higher perspective and embracing this wisdom. That's what I'm getting with that. Being open to a new kind of love. That's what I just heard. Being open to a new kind of love. Okay. Number 60. It says that could be significant, or the number 6. I greet each day with curiosity, gratitude, and a smile. Yeah. I feel like this person is, or opportunity, they're curious about you, right? Because now I feel like they embraced some kind of wisdom of gratitude, and now they're smiling. I just heard you brought the light back into their life. That's what I just heard. You brought the light back into their life. So whatever you're doing out there, it is benefiting others. So don't quit. Keep moving forward. You are a blessing here. The divine sees your efforts, right? And now God's ready to bless you. Justice is coming in. It could be in this person, a partnership, right? But they're coming in with gratitude here. I feel like you also have gratitude as well, okay? But get ready for this and keep moving forward. You are worthy of your dreams here, okay? And keep focused on them, because that's where you're going, okay? That's the message I have for you today. I hope it's resonated. If not, please check back tomorrow. I do daily readings Monday through Friday. But until then, have a great start to your week. Enjoy your Monday. And I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care. Bye.